Babba game and shit. So somebody once told me, somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. No. Somebody once asked why I don't use facecam in my videos, and I felt I may as well address it here. So, other than, of course, my crippling insecurity issues, which I have mentioned in previous videos, with my weight and my face and all that jazz, the fact of the matter is that I just never really personally understood the appeal of facecam videos. I mean, scarecam I can kind of understand, because you're seeing people's live reaction of being scared at like a scary game. The fact of the matter is I just never really personally understood the appeal of facecam videos, even back when they were really starting to rise in popularity. I mean, I get that some people want to see a person's reaction to the game that they're playing, but to me, that's really more suited to horror games more so than anything, where you can actually see the reaction live, more so than other types of games where the box in the corner would be used to convey the reaction. The box in the corner that's usually used to convey the reaction just has the guy staring blankly into the distance the whole time with barely any notable reaction or any interesting change to their expression, mood, or anything like that. I mean, I get that I'm the minority on this here, but when I watch a gameplay video, the priority is typically on the commentary, on the gameplay, not on what the person looks like. And while the person playing the game is cracking jokes at the game's expense, I want my focus to be solely on the game footage being poked fun at, right? Not having to have double focus to look between a face reacting to a bit of gameplay and the gameplay itself. Maybe for heavily edited videos that makes a bit more sense, but I don't know. Just for me personally, having a box for facecam, a box for gameplay, something separate on the screen for a logo and a subscribe button, and in the case of live streams, them having an additional box for the chat covering half the screen. To me, that's just... Okay, well, that's basically just, it's just distracting, you know? And, I mean, I just want to watch you play the game. Is that too much to ask? Why are you filling the screen with all this unnecessary crap? Again, that's just my personal tastes. Nothing wrong with people who do that, they just don't tend to be the types of YouTubers that I watch regularly. And I know I'm definitely the minority here. I cannot get through a PewDiePie gameplay video. There's just nothing that instantly grabs my attention or gets me watching, but I love him as a character and as a person. His vlogs, I actually started watching his videos when he started doing more talking to the camera kind of vlogs and opinion pieces, and more real... there's no way I could see that, come on. More talkative videos, kind of videos. I can respect those. I actually have had a friend explicitly tell me once that he liked my gaming videos, but would be more likely to watch them if I implemented facecam. And facecam, to me anyway, is very difficult to implement in a way that doesn't, like, obstruct the video footage, particularly if you are playing a game with 2 or 3 people. It's like, where the hell do you put multiple facecams? You either have it covering up important stats or inventory in the corner of the game screen, or you end up regulating the gameplay footage to such a small portion of the screen, which is the whole reason that you are supposedly watching the video in the first place. Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh, sorry, that one was a little bit rage-inducing. I'm gonna keep my cool though. I'm gonna keep my cool. It's hard because you have to keep moving, but also can't really see what's going on in front of you, so you have to react quickly. I mean, you could also potentially alternate between footage of the person playing and the gameplay, which I think is what James and Mike does for their Cinemassacre weekly gameplay thing. I feel constantly editing between gameplay and various other footage is way too distracting. I think the average person just wants to watch you play through the game. Like, Please let me know in the comment section below if you prefer face cam in a video, or if you're more annoyed by face cam or anything. Like, if you had to choose, would you prefer having a face cam in a video or not having a face cam in a video? But me personally, I have my reasons for not using face cam, in which is a combination of me just generally being a fan of non-face cam Let's Plays, and also my personal insecurities with how my face and body look, which I'm working to amend. For example, in addition to trying to lose weight, I want to get Invisalign in the future when I have the money to fix up my crooked-looking teeth. However, it is a little bit expensive to get it done, and I'm kind of struggling at the moment, but that is neither here nor there. Let's just get back to super funny, happy fun times and gameplay. Alright. Now, with this stage I do want to be a little bit careful, because the way the controller feels from this game compared to the original game are a little bit different. So I need to be a little bit more careful around these sections here, while also trying to get every single individual crate so I can get that juicy gem. I'm not sure if you can describe gems as juicy. Well, unless you're like a obsessive Steven Universe fan. I like to imagine when they were designing this game originally that they were at a board meeting and they were like, Jerry, what are we gonna do for the last level of the first world? And Jerry is just kind of not paying attention, you know, his gaze is wandering off out the office window to a nearby beach like, man, I really wish I could go jet skiing right now. And the boss is like, perfect! Put it in the game! You're a genius, Jerry! I don't know why I default to Jerry as a character name. I don't know, maybe it sounds like the kind of, the type of guy that would be working in an office environment. Jerry. Just Jerry. I do have to say, this is definitely a much more relaxing stage compared to most of the other stages in this game. I really do hope that the creators of this game got a, got the chance to go on a little bit of a jet ski vacation themselves. Okay, honest question here, but with Coco, is there any reason why she decides to take her laptop with her rather than just leaving it at the time twister? That's what the thing's called, right? The time twister, the big time machine. It's like, yes, I know it's called the time twister. I have been paying attention, Dad. But seriously, wouldn't it be more dangerous to risk getting your valuable tech destroyed by monsters, lava, like in this case, water damage? You name it. I know for a fact that water damage voids the warranty on a lot of devices, so you don't want to fucking test my patience, okay? Coco better not be taking her laptop with her on the fucking water. Because that's not going to go over well when you try to go back to the store and hand it in like, I need a new one. No way are they going to take you seriously. And not to mention, even that, it would just slow you down, like, carrying it with you. I mean, I flip the frick out whenever I'm holding my phone and walking over, like, a grate or something. Like, if I step off the train and someone slightly bumps me into a crowd, I get so paranoid because that shit is so fragile that it's going to crack and never work again, or fall between the crack between the platform that you step onto and the train that you step off of. You know that little hole there where if a phone slips through... Anyway. Did you see that? The portal was just like, no girls allowed! Get out of here! I guess someone was right, and there's just something about having a penis which makes you better at stepping through portals. So anyway, this first boss is actually pretty easy. All you really got to do is like run around for the first part so that Tiny doesn't get you, and then when the lions come out, you just do that little skid thing. Anyway, what I want to know is these guys that are in the audience. The people who are in the audience, are they like people from this time period, or are they people from this time period who converted over to Cortex, or are they just Cortex's minions? I think the implication is that they're Cortex's minions, but what I want to know is, how did they hire out this stadium for this event to take place? And how did they know that the portal was going to, like, crash out in this specific area to begin with? Not to mention the abilities that you get from beating the boss battles. I mean, does Cortex give those to Crash? Were the abilities just in the pockets of the bosses and they just flew out like some spare change the second that you beat them? Like, that's the thing that I don't get about these games. I mean, obviously it's a video game. They don't explain, like, every individual asset. Oh. Aw. I didn't want to be eaten by a lion today. That is the last thing that I expected to happen today, but I guess now I'm in a lion's insides. Oh well. Ah well. I'm sure somewhere out there's someone who's jerking off to that shit. One of the weirdest parts of DeviantArt, for example, is Sonic Vor fan art and fan fiction. So you know someone was looking at that lion munching Crash down, swallowing him whole, and was just jerking off there, touching their little peepees to that. Or their vaginas. No discrimination. Unless you're a fucking furry. No. This guy right here. This lion right here. He heard my furry comment and he didn't like it one bit. Immediately he went straight for me. He was just like, I heard that. And I ain't lying. I get it, because it's wordplay. And then speaking of wordplay, why in video games are there always, you know, giant guys named Tiny? You never see any small guys in video games named Giant. That right there is probably the most unrealistic thing about this game. Crash going to heaven. Come on. Come on. Anyway, going back to the Coco thing. You know, she might be stupid for taking her laptop out with her on the water, or out and about wherever she goes, you know, time traveling up and down all over the place. Speaking of which, you probably wouldn't get Wi-Fi on that thing in the past, so there's that. Anyway, Coco might be stupid, but, you know, she is still significantly more intelligent than her brother, the Crash Bandicoot. I'm gonna bend you right in the coot. Crash Bandicoot, who doesn't seem to be on good terms with its ex anymore. Tanya? Yeah. Why was she never in any of the other games? You know the one that I'm talking about. Crash's girlfriend from the first game. I know that she reappears in the in Crash and Sane Trilogy in this game, the remake of the first game. But what I want to know is, like, why she never calls anymore, you know, just gives Crash Bandicoot a little heads up, like, hey, how you doing? How's beating Dr. Neocortex going for you? You collecting a lot of gems? You getting a lot of exercise? Honestly, what happened between those two? We were left on such a huge cliffhanger. I mean, he risks his balls trying to save her in the first game, and then she just never appears in another Crash Bandicoot game ever again. I mean, what the hell even? Oh, and I probably should have mentioned this during some point in the boss battle, but this right here is a fun little Easter egg from the original Crash Bandicoot, where technically you can veer off to the that corner right there, and you'd be able to avoid the lions. You can just avoid the lions for the entire match and not have to worry about them as obstacles. But in the new game, what they decided to do is have the audience throw fruit if it's obvious you were cheating. They kept the exploit in there. Absolutely kept the exploit in there. I wish more games did that. Like in the remake of Pokemon Red, if in Fire Red you just had Missing No and all these glitch Pokemon appear. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, they should bring Missing No back.
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time.
I gotta get back. Go back to the past, samurai. Crash, 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 crash. I gotta get back. Go back to the past, samurai. Crash, 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 crash. I would play a game called Samurai Crash. I would pay for a game called Samurai Crash. Sorry, Aku, I wasn't listening.